Good morning guys, and welcome to another hike with me, Luther. This is going to be a really interesting hike because it's very hot today. It's currently 11 a.m. and 28 degrees. The morning was really quite chilly this morning. I think it was like 11 degrees when I woke up, so it's heated up a lot in those few hours. And the forecast high for today is for 36. I'm going to hit that about 3 p.m. this afternoon, 3 to 4 p.m. this afternoon. Anyway, let's head up into the Australian National Botanic Gardens. We'll head through the gardens. While in the gardens, I'm going to pick up some extra water because it's very hot already. And then we'll carry on through the gardens out into Black Mountain Nature Reserve. We'll go up Black Mountain, check out the summit there in Telstra Tower, come down the other side and finish up back here in the Botanic Gardens. So it's about a 11 to 12 kilometre loop. So, wildlife on this hike. Well, given it's so hot, I'm not expecting a lot of birds and mammals. They'll be trying to keep their activity to a minimum and keep themselves nice and cool. What I am expecting to see a lot of, particularly here in the Botanic Gardens, are lizards. I think we'll see quite a lot of dragons here in the gardens, particularly at this first part of the gardens, because there's a lot of ponds and a little creek and things, and they like being near that water. The other thing I think we're quite likely to see today is snakes. I've seen them on this walk before, and people regularly report seeing them in Botanic Gardens. And the particular type of snake is the eastern brown snake. So, fingers crossed I might get my first video with a snake in it, but let's also have fingers crossed that it's not from me standing on it. There we go. There's a water dragon. There we go. Didn't expect to see that on the walk today, but that is a kookaburra. Specifically, I think it's a laughing kookaburra. How cool. Bye bye Botanic Gardens. Hello Black Mountain Nature Reserve. We'll have a look at this map. So as you can see, there's heaps of trails in this nature reserve. I've done some before up here in Little Black Mountain and put a video up, and today we'll be doing this lower part of the reserve. I'm not going to try and map out the route on this map because all the trails we're using aren't actually marked on here. If you're more interested in seeing this trail that I'm hiking, there will be a link in the description to my commute trail, so you'll be able to check out the trail I've hiked and get the GPS coordinates for it from there. Also, in terms of other stuff for the channel, as you could probably tell, there's a lot to explore in the National Botanic Gardens, and we really only saw the Rainforest Gully and a bit of the other parts of the gardens. But if you want me to do a proper video hiking around the gardens, it's quite a big area, just comment in the description, let me know. And you know, if people are interested, I'll come up with some sort of trail that explores all the main sort of areas in the gardens. So yeah, I mean, it's very pretty and it's well worth exploring if you are in Canberra, but happy to do a video as well. Point where we split off between going up over the summit and the forest walk loop, so we'll be heading that way to do the forest walk loop and then back up this way over the summit and down the other side. So I am suffering. It's 31 degrees and it is 20 past 12 and it is hot. I'm on the western side of Black Mountain and the warm wind from the west is diabolical. Now I'm covered in sweat and it's evaporating the sweat, which is helping cool me. The wind itself, it feels warmer than the ambient temperature. It's like some sort of cruel joke. The reason why it's warmer than the ambient temperature is because it's coming from the west. So that's coming from the deserts or the outback. Anyway, hopefully the eastern side of the mountain will be more refreshing. So the western side of Black Mountain is much more barren, much drier, harsher climate than the eastern and southern sides of the mountain. Now the reason for that is these western winds that I keep talking about coming in from the desert that are hot, and also it gets the hot afternoon sun. It's a much drier climate, and as you can probably see by the rocks behind me and things, it's a much rockier climate. There's a tiny lizard about that long on the ground in front of me, and a grumpy bird. I can't see it, but I can hear it. It's grumpy at me. I'll keep moving. So you can see now how the foliage has changed. I've got surrounding me these big sort of tall bushes and shrubs and things like that, rather than just rocks and scraggly grasses. Now that change of foliage is because I'm now looking south. I'm actually looking down into Yarralumla at the moment over Lake Burley Griffin. So we've come off that western side of the mountain. There's no hot breeze anymore, it's just still. There's no breeze at all right here. But the foliage changes. You get a lot more sort of scrub, low-lying shrubs and things like that on this part of the mountain because it's not so harsh. Just kind of interesting when you do this loop to see how it changes. Okay, I'm going to give this one the good old thumbs up. We're now on the eastern side of the mountain. It's a bit cooler, which means I'm feeling a little more charitable. But yeah, no, this is a great walk. The Botanic Gardens are always lovely. Black Mountain is very pretty, and the way that Canberra bush is, it's just, you know, it's just very unique, very different. So yeah, beautiful hike. Stunning day, absolutely gorgeous, but maybe 10 degrees cooler could be nice. Here we go. That hill over there through the trees is Mount Ainslie. Right, forest loop done, up and over, here I come. There we go, made it to the summit. I'm just standing below, walking along to the point below Black Mountain. Geez, the heat is getting to me. I made it to the summit. It's 32 degrees. There's a lot of uphill, but I am here. The summit of Black Mountain near Telstra Tower. I'm actually looking straight at it. So I'll take a few shots of the tower and then make my way down, because it's only going to get hotter and I don't want to spend any longer than I need to in this heat. Hope it's working. Is it working? Is it working? Yay! Ah, thank goodness for that. I've been saved by Black Mountain. Telstra Tower, Black Mountain. That's very lucky, because I was getting worried about my lack of water. Had to laugh at that. Some kind person has pointed out where the water fountain is. How very nice of them. So I've had my little break, a couple of plums and a lot of water. And now I'm heading down from the summit. I'm very low on battery on my GoPro, so if push comes to shove I can use my phone, thankfully, but there may be a bit less footage for this descent. It does not mean it's any less the challenge or enjoyable than the rest of the walk has been. It just means I'm trying to conserve my battery. Anyway, I'll enjoy my plum and continue on my way. This is a disused picnic and viewing area. Also, these trails are much worse than the ones I have been walking, but anyway. Right, here we are at the lookout. That is looking out onto Lake Burley Griffin towards the Australian Parliament. Probably see there. Australian Museum, National Library, Art Gallery, Canberra City. Yeah, it's quite a view from here. Beautiful. One thing I will say about that trail there that I've just come out of to get to the lookout here is that it is an informal trail. There's even a sign there to say that the official walkers are there and back, and that's not a proper trail. The trail, you won't get lost, you're not going to fall to your death, but it does require some, at least a moderate experience of hiking, because there are some parts that are washed out, there's logs over the trail, things like that you need to navigate around. So if you're a bit unsteady on your feet and things like that, don't go that way. If you're coming down from Black Mountain Summit, I'd recommend you take the road down, and that will come out right by the Botanic Gardens, that road. So that's your best bet for getting down from Black Mountain Summit and still having it as a loop walk. The one problem with doing that is you won't get to see the lookout here. There we go, you won't get to see the lookout here. You can get here on a slightly more well-formed trail, which is the part I'm about to hike back to the Botanic Gardens. This trail is maintained as part of the Botanic Gardens. It's still a bit of a rough trail, like it's not paved or anything. It is a gravel trail, but it is better than the section I've just done up there. And if you don't want to do that section, but you want to get to the lookout, you will have to walk down the road to Botanic Gardens and then double back out to the lookout and then turn around. It's kind of a there and back type thing. It's not a particularly long walk, but yeah, you can't kind of incorporate this into the loop if you don't want to do that that informal trail that I've just come along. There we go, so I'm just outside the Botanic Gardens now. Walk all done. All up my phone said it was 10k, so it was a wee bit of an overestimate at the start. But 10k, it's currently 10 past 2, so it did take a lot longer, but they always do when I stop and film and things like that. 34 degrees, so it is hot, but that was a fantastic walk. Would recommend. Botanic Gardens are stunning. Hot day like this, the reptiles are excellent. You'll see so many lizards and things. Saw a kookaburra, which was really fun, and heaps of those brown butterflies. So all in all, a great walk, great view, good exercise, beautiful bush. Would recommend. Yeah. Also, just a shout out to all those people who have supported my channel so far. You know, your views, likes, comments, and subscription to the channel really helps me out. I'd also really appreciate any feedback you have on the channel. I'm new to this, I'm learning, it's not perfect, I get it. But yeah, just let me know what you think. Give me some comments, give me likes, subscribe if you're feeling in the mood to. It really helps tell me that I'm doing something good. Also, like I said partway through the video, if you want to see some more stuff, more walks from the Botanic Gardens, comment, let me know, tell me. Because I would be really happy to make those videos, but I really don't know what people are looking for, so I kind of do walks that I like the sound of. But yeah, if you have ideas, let me know. Thanks again for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.